There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out.
And welcome back to more Persona 4 Arena. We are back with more of Mitsuru Kirijo's story. And I believe we're about to be on the plane or going toward the plane, like in Aigis' story. The Man in Black. Indeed, the Shadow Operatives. I'm quite fond of the name. Not that I normally pay much heed to these things, but in this case, I am meant to being pleased. It started as sarcasm on part of the higher ranked personnel from the police. It could be taken to mean those who deal with shadows, but the real meaning is those who operate in the shadows. Ooh, I like that. I like that meaning. Not only is the unit unofficial, we have the difficult to create job of exterminating monsters. Oh, I said create. I meant to say credit. I couldn't tell. I'm sorry. Mostly, I suspect it was a dig at a group that disturbed their expected peaceful years before the older personnel's retirement. But Shadow Operative could also mean one who does an indispensable, albeit unrewarded job for society. Yes, let's string a whole bunch of big words together. It's a name truly befitting of this organization's goals. We're approaching the first anniversary of the Shadow Operatives establishment. Though we're still at the level of basic investigation and laying groundwork, it seems a full-scale case has arisen. Now, you know what would be pretty cool if Persona 5 was pretty much the Shadow Operatives. That'd be dope, right? That'd be so cool. Going around the world defeating shadows.
Option, but I'd be more reassured with you there. We have a general idea of where it was taken. The Inaba area, where there were reports of suspected shadow activity last year.
Good as it is to hear from an old reliable friend, I limited the call to a quick exchange of information. She must be talking to Akihiko.
I'll send you the precise location later. Sorry to call when you just returned from a trip, but I'm relying on your assistance.
Close my call and turn towards my colleague.
He's only just returned and he's going directly to the location from the airport. Akihiko never changes.
The man I was on the phone with just now was Akihiko Sanata. He's one of our non-permanent staff. Akihiko is an excellent Persona user, but beyond that, he's a skilled boxer. He's a friend of mine from high school who fought the shadows. I admire his strict determination to never neglect his training, but the extreme lengths he goes to can be rather inconvenient. After entering college, he accepted my invitation to be one of the founding Shadow Operatives, but it was his actions afterward that went above and beyond. Sure, I'll join, but if I'm going to use my strength professionally, I want to get my skills to a level I'm happy with first, thus beginning his training expedition. He's not only wandering the country, he's traveling the entire world. I can't decide whether to be dumbfounded or impressed by his dedication to training. What I say, we will always see dumbfounded in someone's story. Every other story we do, we will see that fucking word dumbfounded. I don't know, man. That's just a thing. If I see a word constantly being used like that in multiple stories, it just gets to me. All of this is to say that he's only just returned to Japan to take part in this operation. I give a wry smile and lean back in my chair. Lean back. Seeing me relax, the girl watching nearby smiles. This is Aigis, known for her blonde hair and piercing blue eyes. She's a sweet girl on the outside, but she has what it takes to be an important member of our squad.
Will we be able to find Labris? My sister?
Of course. When I look over at Aigis, her eyes are cast downward with a worried expression.
Will we be able to save her? Isn't that what you really want to ask?
She must have known once I caught Akihiko's in as backup. There's a possibility that we'll have to fight Labris.
Don't worry. As I mentioned to Akihiko, fighting Labris is not our priority. The reason I formed this shadow operative team is to save lives.
It's pretty much the same conversation that she had with Aigis in her story.
We will find her, whatever it takes, and bring her back. We can do this.
Yes. I'm sorry to be so pessimistic.
It's cool,
Those
Aigis.
feelings you have for Labris, you should tell her when you see her.
It's cool.
I will.
Aigis has the right to be pessimistic. She's a fucking robot that will live forever and watch her friends die. For 2 days ago, on May 1st, I was unexpectedly dragged into a serious incident. And then, if you want to know what really happened, I recommend you go check out Aigis' story. Aigis' story, Persona 4 Arena. Still, thanks to our collaborators' quick wit, the escaping vehicle was traced with the N system. What's this N system? What does the N stand for? Please tell me. I would like to know, Kirijo. Because if it's the word I'm thinking of, you's a racist bitch. Alright. Maybe it's not the word I'm thinking of, but yeah. Oh yeah, we in the Pimpazine, the Pimp Mobile. We're pulling up the Yaso Inaba, the central town of Inaba. I tend to ignore the rude stares of people trying to get a good look inside the car. Focuses instead on the scent of my tea. People keep crowding around when we park. We had to move it a number of times already. We didn't get a moment piece into the car as we reached the junkyard in the outskirts of town. As I tried to keep from sighing, Aigis speaks up from his seat in front of me.
Mitsuru-san, our activities are supposed to be undercover, correct?
Yes.
For undercover missions, it will be necessary to keep all personnel and vehicles from being noticed.
Right.
Mitsuru-san, may I say something that I've been meaning to
No.
say for a while now?
No.
Why does he say that?
Understood.
Aigis' poker face is perfect blank. But I understand what she's getting at. I actually wanted to say something along those lines to those around me for a while. Still, it would be galling to hear it from someone else just
All
now.
I told them was to give us a car with enough space.
Our contact has arrived.
The man approaching is court operation
Oh
Kurosawa.
my. This was not our designated meeting area.
Yeah, this is everything from Aigis. This whole
Wanna know
beginning
how I
part.
did it?
Lately, it feels like whenever Aigis wants to voice her opinion to me, she intentionally puts on the robot act, then mentions this at the lab. That if Aigis still speaks in that stiff, formal manner, either she's getting too human and is developing habit, or she's doing it on purpose. Honestly.
We appreciate your cooperation, Detective Kurosawa.
Long time no see, miss. And Aigis, was it?
Indeed. It has been a while.
Detective Kurosawa was an officer. If you want to know who he is, check out the Persona 3 Portable playthrough.
I shouldn't make you stand while we talk. Please, get in.
Ah, sorry. I haven't seen you in a while, so I had a lot to say.
I never felt like oh, they changed the music. I love that music. I never felt like like the music to these games is so chill.
I found out quite a bit regarding the case you had me look into.
They have a lot of chill music.
First, I reviewed the report on the incidents from last year. One of the suspects mentioned the word.
So what went on here?
It's probably if you can take
Yeah,
what's
we
in-
know this already.
Enter.
just what it sounds. He claimed there was.
This
I got in touch. Apparently,
He sounds like.
if this was what that.
What I asked of him was to collect the information about the serial murders that occurred in Inaba last year. The shadow operatives aren't public knowledge, so I thought the local police would be more willing to speak with them, but the results surpassed my expectations. Though it's slightly frustrating to already run up against something I'm powerless to achieve myself.
That's all I have for you right now. I should be going. I doubt either of us has time to reminisce over the old days. It's funny though. I thought the fighting was over.
Thank you very much, Officer Kurosawa.
Oh, that's alright. I've got my own car. If I ever show...
Detective Kurosawa jokes with us before exiting the limousine, waving casually back at us. I had nothing to say that as I watched him leave, rotating his shoulders to work out some kinks. I guess though, I felt the need to comment.
Mitsuru-san, this could be bad. Our sense of social aptitude is in question.
Can't deny that.
What should we do now?
Yes. First, we'll need to test the claim.
We are at a junkyard after all, and I can see a number of consumer electronics that have been discarded illegally. I just looked around and points at a certain pile. She gets out of the car.
There is a discarded TV.
Wait,
Yes.
I guess.
Don't worry. I'm just going to touch it.
That's what she said. And then ended up having several babies. That's not what I was worried about. I just isn't wearing anything like a disguise. And I'm overthinking things. Yes, you are. Even if we leave now without doing anything, our pictures can still end up on the internet. Let them gossip about the strange people in funny clothes. It'll become some urban legend. My mind made up. I step outside wearing my special equipment. Once I can see is that I follow her, she gives a small nod and stretches her hand out to the screen.
Amazing.
Her hand, that is what I meant to say. Her hand is inside the TV screen.
Interesting. It's exactly as the police report said. What's it like inside? Do you feel anything?
That's what she said.
Not particularly. No. Wait a moment. It's the same as mine. It's hard to say
Does
definitively.
that
This
mean our
is the same
retreat?
stuff. Sounds like fun cause I'm Akihiko. I sound like this cause I'm Akihiko. Thugger with my red kid cause I'm Akihiko.
Is that Akihiko?
It's Akihiko. 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 What's his motherfucking name? It's Akihiko.
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
In spite of myself, I bury my face in my palm.
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing?
Face
What are
palm.
you doing overseas?
She did the face palm.
Didn't I tell you that I was on a training expedition?
Don't tell me you came here.
Mitsuru-san.
That's it. I'm never mentioning the subject of our parents again. That's it. I had enough.
Anyway, we can go inside from that TV, right? What are we waiting for?
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
So what? If we want to get this Labrys back, someone has to go inside, right?
Well, that's...
Our target hijacked, we sit on...
Yep. Akihiko's right. That's exactly why we've been trying to act as quickly as possible since the case
We're different
began.
from how we used to be. That's why I tried. And now that we agreed...
Recklessly unafraid to state his honest opinion, classic Akihiko. He must understand that this is his role. Certainly, there are times when I need such opinions. It's been a while since he went abroad. I think I can understand his current mindset.
All right. Wait right here. I need to go make a phone call first.
Okay, but make it quick.
Now I've taken all possible precautions. The rest is a test of our resolve. I've taken all possible precautions. So whoever she called, I guess is gonna be backup. So we gotta pay attention. I wonder who she called. If she called someone, she must have called Junpei. That'd be awesome. Junpei and Yukari, that's who she called. Nah. I guess we'll find out when we beat her true end story. So we're on scene 3 now. Cause I'm Akihiko, 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 Where am I?
Is this inside the TV?
I remember being enveloped in a white light, but what came afterwards is unclear. Is this the world inside the TV? Oddly enough, the sight before me seems to be the main gate of a school. The name engraved on this entrance plate is...
Yasagami High School. I do recall that name from our map of Inaba.
Inaba.
An existing high school has been completely recreated inside the TV?
I then came to a realization. I have encountered something much like this before. It doesn't appear to be much different from the reality as far as appearance, but it has the same distinctive sticky atmosphere. Torturous. I knew what she was gonna say.
Wait, where are the others? Akihiko! I guess.
Akihiko, Akihiko. I love the way she says Akihiko. Oh man. Akihiko. Alright, I'm tripping out, man.
I can't reach them through my persona either. This place is highly unusual.
It's still barely functioning, but the noise here is severe. I'll need to understand this world a little bit better and find a quiet place to concentrate. As I check my surroundings again for any enemies, I hear the sound of footsteps. I tense, make myself ready for anything. But when I turn around, a uniformed girl stops me at me. Is it Chie or Yukiko?
Huh?
I didn't expect to meet anyone else here, let alone a seemingly ordinary schoolgirl like this. Could her age and outfit be, belie a connection to the theft of Labrys? But after the girl's surprise faded, she seems confused by my appearance. It seems that even here in another dimension, people are startled by my attire. At least her reaction allayed my suspicions. People reveal something of themselves when they're caught off guard. Anyone in the act of committing a crime couldn't fake being perplexed so naturally.
Did I surprise you? I suppose my outfit is somewhat unusual.
Oh, no.
Why are you here?
Well,
A loud cheer subtly swells, cutting off our conversation. There's definitely a crowd present here. I look around the area in confusion.
Where is that coming from?
Students appear one after another, clearly intrigued to see us here.
What's going on?
Before I can react, an image appears on the monitor.
Hello! Hello! This is General Teddy, your benevolent dictator!
Benevolent!
And I, Rosette, am your commentator. It's time for the next round in the P1 Grand Prix.
Let's do it.
Are you ready to fight?
P1 Grand Prix. Fight.
Subtly, Suddenly on the one in the ridiculous costume cue, smoke pours out around us. A spotlight shines from someone directly upon me. I instinctively raise my arm to shield my eyes from the harsh light. It feels like I'm being displayed for an audience.
And who do we have for Yuki-chan's opponent this time? Ooh! It's a mysterious, beautiful
Unexpected,
lady!
unexpected. Someone should remix that. Unexpected. Somebody should really do a remix of that.
Teddy? What's wrong?
Do you know that bear?
That's strange. She mentioned in Teddy's story that he didn't look anything like a bear except for his ears. And how could she see his ears when he has that cap on? What the hell?
Case 04, unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
What is that supposed to mean?
Exactly like it sounds.
What's going on?
As soon as the abnormality, there we go, registers, I feel a bizarre noise that's like something scratching against my whole body. Was that some kind of an attack?
You. Who do you think you are, showing up alone like this?
What?
It's no use trying to talk your way out of it. There's nothing to discuss. You don't even try to understand anyone anyway. If you want to wall yourself off from everyone, I'll be happy to end your lonely life here.
The girl's face distorts with hatred as she spits her words at me. It's a far cry from her earlier demeanor. It's as if she's a completely different person, and that's not at all. That's not all. Understandably, she seems to not know me before, but now she speaks as she does. What is this? Could it be the effect of the noise I sense?
You won't be so smug for long. Come, Konohana Sakuya.
Konohana Sakuya.
A persona?
A persona! The girl spreads the fans in her hand and with a flash of light, a persona manifests. How careless of me. I should have accounted for this possibility as soon as I saw her.
We won't be settling this peacefully, I see. In which case...
I ready my evoker and concentrate.
To me, Artemisia.
Power rises from within me and the sensation of my limbs tell me that my persona has emerged. But my hand holding the evoker is still at my side. My persona just appeared without the use of my evoker to trigger it? Did I summon it only by thinking? There we go. I can barely read it. Theoretically, when does it need an evoker to summon one's persona? I know what that word is, I just have trouble saying these words sometimes. It's as if my consciousness is reaching far beyond the boundaries of my body. By way of analogy, it feels like I'm being able to control the wind with my fingertips, or tips. Could it be because of this world is special? So she can summon her persona.
Fine, I still won't lose.
Sorry, but I won't be defeated either.
So who's gonna win, I wonder? We're about to find out now. Mitsuru's a charged character, so she plays something like Guile. Or DJ. So she can summon her persona without using an evoker in the TV world.
Finally.
Watch this. Charge move. Oh, come on. Oh, that's how you wanna play? Both your persona. Fucking throwing fans. Jeez. Goodbye.
You're mine now. An elegant finish.
Blizzaga! That was Blizzaga, everyone. That wasn't Bufu, that was Blizzaga. Screw Bufu. I'm down with Blizzard and Blizzaga and Blizzara. Bufu ain't got nothing on that. Once the battle ends, the monitor nearby switches on.
An irregularity has occurred. Multiple intruders detected. Emergency. Intruders are persona users. Due to difficulties in elimination, they will be acknowledged as valid targets.
He obviously refers to myself and the others. Does he mean... Obviously, there's a rapist in Yashigami High climbing through the windows, snatching your people up. Does he mean that he's going to adjust his tactics for dealing with us to our various strengths? The way he said that seems to be a bad omen.
Valid targets.
Understand that we're considered to be intruders, but what did he mean by that? It seems we're part of the tournament now, but that was the enemy's original plan. The monitor screen fuzzes again once more and it shows the costume person.
Geez, you need to let me know if you want to get in on the fun! But this is a unique situation, and you're one hot mama, so I'll make an exception!
One hot mama.
Just keep putting on a good show in your next bout, too!
Who are you? Why don't you take off that strange costume and show your face?
Yeah.
Hey now, I don't think a lady walking around in a cat suit like yours can talk to me about my bear suit.
He said a cat suit.
Enough with the questions. Move on.
Again, yet another person hung up on my outfit? It's unlike me to let the enemy's words get under my skin. The outfit is kind of ridiculous, though. Come on now.
Is that costume thing the one who stole Labris? If so, then what's the purpose of this bizarre tournament? Fine. I'll get a read on your location.
Really? I quickly linked my communicator in Persona. That was not rewinded or edited. That was just me being stupid. But anyway, some personas are more suited to operational support than direct combat. In my case, the power is secondary. We normally have a persona user who specializes in that role, but with some specialized equipment I can get by. I focus my consciousness and send it drifting throughout the surrounding area. But before the layout of the place becomes clear, an unexpected change occurs around me. Whoa! The moment I use my power, noise runs through the students that have been spectating. In an instant, they turn into something like silhouettes that barely have human shapes. This is giving me a headache looking at that distorted picture.
What? Were they shadows? If they were, I don't sense any hostility from them. Were they just set dressing that thing in the costume prepared?
Apparently this disturbance isn't so serious that the large crowd that cheering implied was made up entirely of people who had entered the TV, which leaves a mystery. But it may be the best to consider it a blessing.
In any case, it appears that apart from this girl here, none of those students were real.
The girl who had collapsed on the floor is coming around. I released my persona and rushed over to help her. I wasn't fighting to my fullest. Oh, whatever. You was fighting to your fullest. If I'm controlling you, you fighting to your fullest. And if you suck, I'm fighting to the fullest. Cause man, I suck. The moment the girl sees me, she jumps back with like a startled animal. Her speech is flustered and her face like a bright blushing red. What the hell?
How come you knew about that?
About what?
That was private. I never even told anyone at the inn about that. I can't believe someone I've never even met before knew.
Girl covers her reddened face in shame. I try and think back to what I said to her. Did I point out something that would cause such a reaction? One detail jumps out at me.
That reminds me. That noise I sensed earlier is gone. It seems to have been some kind of interference from the enemy. Come to think of it, that bear was egging us on. The interference must have been to ensure two total strangers would fight. General Teddy, was it? He looked comical enough, but he certainly put an elaborate scheme in motion.
No! How could Teddy...
You know the one in costume, I take it?
Oh, I know him very well. He's usually not like this at all.
I took the girl's hand and again helped her to her feet.
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo. I've come here in search of a unique object. Why don't we start over? If you don't mind, I'd like to hear a little about yourself.
Yes. Oh, my name's Yukiko Amagi. I'm sorry for losing my composure just now.
So, Amagi, why did you come to this world?
Where to start? So many strange things happened over the last year.
At first glance, she seems like an ordinary student, so why is she here inside the TV? Just like you were, well, she wasn't kind of an ordinary student. She wouldn't, you know what, never mind. Mitsuru is just extraordinary, man. She was rich, already knew about the shadows and personas. So there's nothing to say that she wasn't
a realm
like
inside
her before.
a TV, formed by people's thoughts.
Can't really say that Mitsuru was like Yukiko when she was born extraordinary.
It sounds absurd, but that would explain the incongruity I sensed when I used my persona.
We thought the case had been solved, but lately there's been another strange program on the air. My friends and I couldn't ignore that, so we came back here.
Your friends? Are there others here besides yourself?
Yes, I was with 3 other people, but we got separated when we entered. The one in costume and the girl who called herself Rosette are friends of ours too. But they're acting so strangely.
So this is not the way they generally behave then?
I could tell from Amagi's reaction that normally she trusts those two
There's one more thing I'm curious about. Have you ever heard the name Labrys?
Labrys? No, I don't think I've ever heard of that before. What is it?
It's the thing I'm searching for. What makes it problematic is that I know nothing of its appearance. Honestly, I'm not sure it has anything to do with this disturbance, though I can't write it off completely as irrelevant.
Your face is irrelevant. Your costumes are relevant. Your hair's irrelevant.
Anyway, thank you for your cooperation. I understand the situation better now. We should stay together going forward.
Whoa! Think again, ladies!
Junior Teddy suddenly appears on the screen to interrupt our conversation.
Only the winner of each bout can go on. That's rule number 1 in the Grand Prix.
How exactly can that rule be enforced?
Huh? There's nothing here, but I can feel something. A wall, maybe? Wait, but Mitsuru-san could...
I'm sorry about that. I kind of doze off there.
Until the tournament's over. Only winners get to go. Come on, miss. You won. So it's time to barrel forward to the next stage.
Do a barrel roll, get it? Do a barrel roll. Teddy's so hilarious.
Thank you, but I'll be alright. I fought shadows for an entire year too. I can protect myself.
I see. In that case, I'll press on and do my best to rescue your friends.
If you see them, please tell them I'm alright and they shouldn't worry about me.
Yeah, Yukiko's alright. She's good.
You be careful too, Mitsuru-san.
Alright, I'll pass that along.
She has burning petals, and then not only that, she can heal herself, so she's good. Yukiko is probably one of the best.
They tamper with our minds. They prevent us from leaving until the tournament is settled. It may not necessarily ruin friendships, but there's no way forward than to fight one another. The loathsome trick. It seems the mastermind is intent on us fighting each other.
I grit my teeth in anger. Alright, so let that be the end of that. No, I don't get to save it just yet. I gotta read 16 more minutes of text before I can save it. Another dead end. As I step into the school, I realize these invisible walls are everywhere, blocking off routes that seem to be naked eye. That seem open to the naked eye, I should say.
Hurts. So lonely.
The phone is ringing. Give me like 5 seconds, guys. And sorry about that, guys. It was, I guess health insurance was on the phone. Something I don't need because I'm perfectly fit. But anyway... Alright, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't that fit. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue the story.
What was that?
The presence is faint, and I can't tell where it is, yet I can definitely hear a voice. It seems I can sense it because my secondary support capabilities, when I focus harder, it doesn't seem like they're going to communicate with me.
I'm scared. I'm alone. It hurts. Why? Why won't anyone listen?
I don't recognize the voice. Perhaps one of Amagi's friends.
I didn't ask to be born a machine. How come no one understands? What's the difference between normal people's hearts and mine?
A machine? Is that Labrys?
I stand up and try calling to her.
Labrys! Are you nearby? Answer me! Going by what she said, that had to have been Labrys. Sounds as if her heart has developed further than we thought.
Even I guess the latest model required a lot of time and experience to develop the heart she has. So then why does Labrys, who has been sealed from her development up to now, have such an advanced heart?
I didn't ask to be born a machine. It pains me to hear that.
The anti-shadow suppression weapons. Both Eigen's Labrys were created for insurance for dangerous shadow experimentations in case the subjects should go berserk. But a weapon that has a heart contradicts itself. It was natural for Aigis to face the contradiction, and it caused her serious anguish in the past.
We can't allow victims like her to be tormented by sins of the past, whether they're human or not.
Newly resolved, I press on. I sure thought they was gonna give me a save point. Why am I so frustrated? Because I've been playing this game for like a good 4 hours straight, and I just want to save Mitsuru's and take a long break. The visible walls seem to be leading me towards a gym. Compared to the one back at Gekugan High, this one is rather modest.
What in the...
What in the flip?
They're wearing the same uniforms as Amagi. I assume these are the friends she spoke of.
Alright, so she just got done watching that dumb video. Good thing they didn't have to show the video again. They completely skipped it.
I had to completely rejigger the bracket to accommodate 3 new contestants. Sheesh.
3 new contestants. Myself, Akihiko, and Aigis?
On the other paw, a tournament's more exciting with more people in it. But getting back on track, allow me to introduce your next opponent.
Yes, the P1 Grand Prix is pretty much... it's pretty much, what is the word I'm looking for?
Besides us here?
It's qualifiers for EVO.
You're...
That's the P1 Grand Prix. The P1 Grand Prix is pretty much qualifiers for EVO.
Holy crap, she's smoking hot. What she's wearing doesn't hurt either.
You were in that video just now. What was it they called you? Captain Ressentiment?
How come you remember that stupid title and not my real name? Figures I need a knockout like this, and she already knows about that. God, I wish I was dead.
Apparently I can't read that word. The titles from the video hit a sore point with the people featured. The nickname left more of an impression than his real name, so it just slipped out. At the moment, General Teddy appears again on one of the larger monitors inside the gym.
How do you like your opponent?
Why are you making us fight? What benefit do you derive from this nonsense?
So many questions. I just want you all to suffer. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that fun?
That's what this is about? No. If Labris is involved, there's more to it, isn't there?
Enough jibba-jabba. Hurry and start the fight.
Jibba jabba.
Look at your opponent. He's ready, see?
General Smirk strikes me as incongruous and my head hurts.
Yeah, Teddy's right. I mean, you're the one who barged in here. Man, who'd come to such a dangerous place without hesitating? You really are an ice queen. I bet you don't have many friends, huh?
It's happening again. The moment the noise kicks in, not only does my opponent's personality change, they begin speaking things that they shouldn't know about. It's exactly what happened with Amagi.
You talk as if you know me.
Stop acting so calm and changing the subject. You seem like you don't know much about this world. So how do you plan to get out? Don't tell me you rushed in here with no escape plan. Oh, man, seriously? You're nuts. People like you who obsess over responsibility and put all the burden on yourselves, you annoy the hell out of me.
It doesn't matter how others perceive me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Isn't that because you don't trust anyone?
We clearly don't have a normal conversation with the enemy's interference, but even knowing that, I catch myself trying to argue the point. The heavy responsibility I suffer is mine alone. If I share it with someone, that means that suffering will also be shared. This is why I trust to be self-sufficient. The more I care about someone, the less I'm willing to rely on them. But isn't that no better than not believing in them?
I was supposedly an unexpected intruder. What's going on?
What are you mumbling about? Well, let me ease your mind. I'll end everything for you. Let's do this, Jiraiya!
Go, Yosuke-senpai! Beat up that shady lady! Let the fight begin!
Beat up that shady lady! Oh my
I can see
god.
there'll be no talking sense with him like this.
Beat up the shady lady. Oh my god.
There's nothing for it then. Artemisia!
Dude, Shadow Teddy or Shadow Labris is such a fucking troll. goodness. I think her trolling skills are almost up there with the Joker. So I'm gonna call it a day for recording Persona 4 Arena. I was doing a lot of stuff separately. I was playing like score attack and such before I started recording for today. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. And then once we get back, or once I start recording again, we will continue Mitsu's Kirijo's and then probably finish up Naoto's 2 the next day. So anyway, I will see you guys more. I will see you guys. Wait, I messed that up. Give me a redo. Let me redo that.